Ghost of Tsushima ruined me. Hey guys, I know this wasn't the next video you were expecting, and don't worry, I am still working on the Goku vs Superman video, but I just needed to talk about this video game I recently played and completed. You know when you watch a certain movie or even a television series, and it ends and the movie or show was so impactful to you that it leaves a long-lasting impression on you? For example, the Avengers series, a series that cultivated over a 10-year period, that had countless stories being told but focused on this core group of individuals, the ones that started way back with us in the beginning. When Avengers Endgame ended and Iron Man and Captain America's stories concluded, that left a big impact on me, man. Or even finishing Dragon Ball Z when Goku took Oob to train with him and they flew off into the distance. I couldn't help but feel sad it was all over. You invest so much time and care into these stories and characters, and when it ends, you're almost feeling empty or a void inside that you can't just feel. That's the same feeling I got when finishing the Ghost of Tsushima, PlayStation 4's last exclusive. And boy, what an exclusive it is. What a great way to end a generation. Let me just say this. Sony has had one heck of a generation with the PS4. Amazing console, amazing games, I love my PS4, and I'm a proud PlayStation owner. Looking at you, Xbox, looking at you. So what makes this game so special, you might ask? Well, let me explain. The game itself is so immersive that I can't help but just stand on the side of a mountain cliff just to stare at the trees in the distance, or the sun beaming through the leaves, or the mountains towards the horizon. It is simply beautiful. Leaves and bushes are so saturated that the color contrast is striking on the TV. It is almost like playing in a detailed watercolor painting. Not only that, but the armor sets you get and unlock throughout the story are so cool and detailed that I can't help but find myself struggling to pick one to stick with. This, together with the actively moving environment such as the wind element in the game, is just screaming for you to be in photo mode. I spent so much time in photo mode trying to do different angles, changing the weather and strength of the wind, putting the Ghost of Tsushima stamp over the picture. Let's just say, it was a lot of fun and time wasted in photo mode. But is it overly immersive? I mean, is it struggling to be a fun game in sacrifice of making it feel realistic? No, this game knows when to be a game and when to be immersive. For example, there is no animation for picking up items that you have to see over and over again. I don't have to get off my horse to pick up a dang flower. And no, it isn't a skill I have to waste a skill point on to do so. Right off the bat, you can get any items off and on your horse. It is instantaneously picked up and in your inventory. When you hunt for hides, you aren't sitting watching a long animation of skinning the animal. You simply press R2 and the pelt is in your inventory. If you are out in a village that has been sieged, you aren't going through countless empty drawers to pick up supplies. They are there waiting for you by the entrances. Your horse, oh my goodness, I love my horse. Nobu! Your horse isn't stuck trying to figure out a path to get to you when you call for it. Or you are never too far away to call for your horse. Your horse is right there with you immediately after you call him. It's just like the name Nobu. You can trust your horse will be there. Another thing is I never have to worry about falling and killing my horse and then having to figure out where I am going to find a new horse. There is fast travel in every location you discover, making travel so simple. And the loading times to get from one point of the map to the other are incredible. You aren't sitting there waiting for your loading screen to finally finish, or wondering if your game froze, it is the fastest loading I have seen so far in the game. Which, disclaimer, I am not saying the games that do have all these things are bad, it is just refreshing not to have to worry about it in my game in sacrifice of making it more realistic. Speaking of immersion, the HUD is very simplistic. You don't have a mini-map that you focus most of your time on rather than the beautiful environment you are in. What I stated earlier about the wind element is the wind is a very important tool for you in this game, which also has a deeper meaning behind it in the story. You simply swipe on the D-pad and the wind will pick up and guide you where you designated your pinpoint to be. Even when you don't use the D-pad, you can see particles and leaves in the air floating towards the direction you should be going. So creative and important when thinking about keeping the player focused on what's important, the game. Some critiques I have is that the facial animations can be laggy at times or freeze in place, but I didn't notice it as much I think because I was so engrossed in the content that was occurring that it did not take me out of the game. The camera angles when you fight indoors or in tight spots can be wacky and mess you up in terms of fighting enemies. Happy to say that there is no level gating in the game. You get what you earn in this game. You are as good as you perform. Your weapon is no weaker or stronger than your enemies. It's how you use your skills and weapons that allow you to succeed in battle, which is what I like. I hate upgrading my character and the guys around me just level up 2 or 3 levels above where I am at. It is pointless in that sense to even level up. But for the Ghost of Tsushima, I don't have to worry about that. Now, the biggest positive of this game for me is the story and characters. My god, the story. Now, I am a story-driven player. Not to say gameplay is not important to me, but I love a great story in my games. And this game delivers so hard. There is a code of honor, tradition, morality that the main character as a samurai lives by. His uncle, who embodies the values of a true samurai warrior, raises the main character, Jin. Jin highly values, cares, and loves his uncle. To Jin, his uncle is his father, his hero, his moral compass. As a samurai, it is seen as dishonorable to kill your enemies any other way other than face to face in combat. That means assassinations and kills from behind or in one's sleep is seen as highly dishonorable. But your enemy fights with no honor and has come to threaten your home, your people, led by a gruesome leader, Koda Khan. So Jin has a choice. Honor his uncle and the traditions they live by and die, not to mention see his people and island be overthrown by the invading enemy, or you become a ghost, the Ghost of Tsushima, and in doing so you violate your code of honor. This code of honor is so strongly portrayed in the game that as you go by and use assassin-like techniques to deal with the horde of enemies you encounter, you will start to feel an inner conflict, like you are doing something wrong. This is so well done that I was nervous to use the assassin techniques as you become torn to use them. But as the game progresses, like Jin, you begin to throw this notion out as your enemy does not fight with honor and you begin to fight with no honor. Now, I am not going to ruin or spoil the ending at all, but I will say this. There is a decision that needs to be made at the end. I was so torn, and when you make your decision, the game will ask, "Are you sure?" And it shows the gravitas of your choice in this matter. I chose what I will call the honor ending. And my goodness, was the ending so well done. It was beautiful, man. It had me thinking about my own life and what the people around me mean to me. I walked away from the game thinking about the story for a week. It hit me so hard, man. I urge you to experience this story. You just have to experience and give it the respect of time it deserves to truly appreciate the ending. There is no political agenda here. There is no pushed political views placed on the player. It is just an awesome story, and the main character is a masculine character that isn't afraid to be who he is. I just appreciate the great storytelling without interjecting their own beliefs onto us. Lastly, what everyone is talking about is the combat. The combat feels amazing. Every time you parry or effectively dodge a technique, it feels amazing. The free flow combat is so intuitive. There are different stances: stone, water, wind, and moon. Stone is used for sword enemies. Water is for shielded enemies. Wind for spears and maces, and moon for the big brutes like me. As you progress, you will see who is approaching you and choose the stances appropriately, and it is just so awesome. You parry left and right, and dodge and strike and spin, all while hearing the clanking of your sword hitting your enemy's weapons. As you continue to unlock more skills, you will get these legendary techniques that are amazing, and I won't spoil them, but they are really unique and cool. You can be honorable and fight head on, or you can use your sticky bombs, shard bombs, bomb arrows, fire arrows, and poison to deal with hordes. There is just so many varieties in this game and how you approach the combat that makes replayability so incentive. When I saw the combat demo, I was skeptical at first. It seemed too simplistic, but I am happy to say that is not the case, and there was definitely times I was challenged and died in this game. If you can't tell already, I am absolutely adoring this game. It is hands down my favorite PlayStation 4 exclusive. Sucker Punch, you have found a new supporter and admirer with me. I plan on buying further games from this company. They should be commended with the hard work they put out for this game. Thank you, Sucker Punch. If you are on the fence about this game, or you are waiting to see reviews of this game, I hope you will strongly consider purchasing this game. I guarantee you will love it as much, if not more, than me. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for me, my game of the year, and my favorite PS4 exclusive. If you would like to see a walkthrough of this game, please check out my buddy's channel, Box Talk. He has done a few videos of him playing the game, and he is hilarious. Plus, I did a few collabs with him playing the game that you can see on my channel too. Also, if you know a big YouTuber named Angry Joe, he is holding an art contest for this game on his channel, which I submitted for. Here is my entry. Wish me luck, guys. Anyways, this game has really made me miss my dad. I hope wherever he is okay and safe. I wonder if he thinks about me often like I think of him. Hopefully one day I'll see him again. Here's to hoping.